This is breaking news from Local 3 News.
And in our breaking news this afternoon, 2 guilty verdicts have been reached in the Darryl Roberts trial.
Roberts is convicted in the 2023 shooting of Chris Wright on Market Street. Dallas Payton joins us live to break down the verdicts. Tell us more, Dallas.
Hey Cindy, hey David. Now Darryl Roberts was found guilty on second-degree murder in this murder trial, and for the second phase of the trial he was found guilty for being a convicted felon with a firearm. Now both sides were pushing, one was pushing for first-degree premeditated murder and the other was pushing for voluntary manslaughter, and you'll hear more of why they were pushing for those. During closing arguments, the state spent time convincing the jury on why the death of Chris Wright was premeditated.
For his intent to his actions to be intentional, he had to act with a desire to end Chris Wright's life. Look at the video. Look at the intentional acts of him standing up, pulling his gun, walking 20 feet, and raising it to someone's forehead. That's proof of his desire.
The state went on to say there is nothing else that could have happened from Roberts pointing his gun at Wright's forehead besides killing him. Examples were presented to the jury on how premeditation could work.
If you remember, we talked about this with the yellow light when traffic's running through a yellow light. You know you need to get through it, or you know you need to stop at it. And then you act to press the gas down or the brake. You could reflect on what happens if you press the gas pedal down. You go through the yellow light.
The defense spent time trying to convince the jury on how Roberts was on autopilot.
You got to experience just a small bit of fight or flight, something we don't do all the time. I remember as a teenager going to a Halloween haunted house and somebody jumped out. And that's where you go. And I punched him right in the face. I didn't think about punching him in the face.
The defense also pushed on how this case should be no more than a voluntary manslaughter case.
And for voluntary manslaughter, all it's got to do is provoke a reasonable person to act in a rational manner. It doesn't have to cause a reasonable person to kill someone. It doesn't have to be that level of provocation. It just has to be the provocation that takes this case out of the calm, cool, collected, cold-blooded planning.
Now, sentencing for both charges was set at a later date, and that is expected to happen in July. Reporting live for Local 3 News in Hamilton County, I'm Dallas Payton.